Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry that I look like a mess. I am getting ready to go to bed. I just came back from the gym, so I'm kind of just in my athletic wear and no makeup. But, I wanted to hop on here and just welcome new subscribers to my channel. This channel is kind of random. I definitely have plans in the future to vlog more trips and things that I have planned this year. The other day, I just bought the plane tickets for my Disney trip. I leave in about 218 days, and I'm trying to get myself really excited, but at the same time, at the back of my mind, I still have those worries about my family, like my grandfather, and, I just saw them the other day, and it was the first time since the big snowstorm that we got, and, my grandfather is frail and skinny, and losing weight because he can't eat as much as he used to, and I'm just really sad. It's hard for me to watch, and I'm on that line between like being numb as well as like part of me selfishly wanting him to stay here, and then the other part of me that kind of doesn't want to see him suffer anymore. And it's a really weird place to be because it's like I want to feel more intensely emotional about certain things, and I feel like I can't because that's just like my psyche is not allowing me to, and it's really weird. But I know people that have gone through grief, and I know that you watching this know what that feeling is, and I know that there's going to be more phases and chapters of it ahead of me, as things, go along and progress. And, he is on hospice. I don't know if I've said that in videos previously, but yeah, and it's the saddest thing. My grandmother is in denial, and she thinks that, there's more that can be done. And what she doesn't realize is sometimes you reach a point where you're just like tired and done with being treated and done with being poked and prodded by doctors, and then as well as the doctors themselves. And I am a big fan, and I've said this in videos before, of advocating for yourself and knowing what's best for you, because sometimes doctors don't always know what's best. At the end of the day, healthcare is a business, and in some ways they are designed to keep you sick because they don't profit off of you if you're not healthy. Or if you're healthy, they don't profit off of you is what I mean. Not healthy, but anyway, you get it. It's late and I'm about to go to bed and I'm kind of tired. But anyway, another thing I just felt like, led to talk about is how interesting it is to get on your Facebook or your Instagram or social media and it feeds you a bunch of things that scare you. I just got done scrolling mindlessly on Instagram, and like every reel that came up was really scary to me. Like, I can't for sure validate that some of this is happening. Like, some of what was said is happening or going to happen. But I want to talk about it because I do think that there is a universal fear out there about certain things that are going on in the world that we aren't aware of because we're being distracted by so many other things. Like, no matter what side of the fence that you're on in this great political and religious sector of the world, there is no secret that we are being controlled. We are being fear-mongered, and we are being led to do things that I think a lot of us don't want to do. Like, back when they were mandating the COVID vaccinations, I personally felt like it should have stayed optional. And I think it's wrong that certain people got fear-mongered into doing it, and some people that were in healthcare were made to do it, and they shouldn't have been, because that vaccine wasn't for everyone. Some people got really sick. I've got family that died because they got it, and I have family that now has permanent issues with parts of their body because they got it. I'm not saying that's the case for everyone, and I feel like to each his own. If that's something somebody felt like it was the best thing for them to do, great. What I'm saying is it shouldn't have been mandated. It shouldn't have been forced upon people. I think people should have their own voice, their own choice, their own decision as to what they put in their body. I don't think making it mandatory is something that solves problems or makes it better. Anyway, leading into that, it's like, now that I'm in my Instagram and I'm doing some scrolling, I'm seeing all kinds of scary things. Like, they're trying to, over in Europe, enforce digital IDs on people, and that scares me as a believer of Christ. We, as fellow believers, me and whoever is watching that also believes, we believe a very real enemy that exists out there and is on the prowl, and we also believe in a mark of the beast that literally is going to make it hard to buy or sell if you don't have it. And I'm starting to think that this digital ID is going to be part of that, and it scares me. Like, it's another one of those things that I feel like you're enforcing on people and shouldn't. And again, some of the things that I've seen in my feed, I can't authenticate. Like, what is being said is really scary. Like, regardless of where you stand, again, politically or religiously, you can't deny the fact that there is a real government out there seeking to destroy us and control us. And they're doing a lot of scary things. Like, the food is different now. There's bioengineered products and everything. And you can look at the labels if you don't believe me. And there's a lot of chemicals and things. And you shouldn't be you shouldn't be eating food that is got a long list of ingredients when it really should only have maybe 4 or 5 simple ones. And, sometimes countries outside of the U.S. even ban certain things that we allow in our food. And I think that's very crazy to me. And if you look on Instagram and take your feed and go through the reels, you may come across people actually showing you the problems with our food and the textures and the things that it shouldn't look like or feel like or have an appearance of. And like, I saw a scary video about like meat that actually is dyed red, and it shouldn't be a red color. It should be almost like a brownish red and not like a deep red. And that's interesting to me. Like, I didn't know that. I wasn't well aware of that. And and it's just scary to me. I feel like, again, the digital ID, just like with the vaccination, that should be a freedom of choice. But there are rumblings on here as I go through my feed that they're going to make it so that you can't even work without it. And you already can't work in the UK without it. And that's scary to me. Because if you don't work, you don't eat. And if you don't eat, you can't live properly. Not to mention, we live in an economy that's so full of bills and rent. You can't afford anything with no income. Nobody can. It's so bad that I am stuck renting, actually. I can't even afford my own home. I would love to have my own home one day, but it's going to take 2 incomes. Like, I'm going to have to probably be married before that ever happens. And that's crazy to me. And, I want to have my cat with me. I want to get a dog, and I can't do any of those things because I'm at the mercy of the owner of this property. And they mandated no animals, and I understand and I respect that. But anyway, I just thought I'd get on here and give you guys a little bit of a vent. Because I'm kind of scared, actually. I let myself get a little scared by watching those things on my YouTube or on my Instagram. And I know I shouldn't do that. It's designed to scare us. And, it's a tool, again, from the enemy designed to scare us. And your social media is designed to scare you and keep you in a constant state of fear. And we shouldn't live that way. We shouldn't be scared. We should have faith, and we should look to the one that has us and will protect us through all of this. I am very scared about our future. I don't know that anyone in authority on this country can be trusted. Anyone, including our president. I don't know that anyone can really be trusted the more that I see things and the more research that I do. And again, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, you cannot deny that there's something going on. And the government is wanting to depopulate this world for whatever reason. And it's scary to me what they're trying to pilot and test to see how much they can get us to comply. And I think that the starting point was getting the COVID vaccination. I think that was the start of trying to see how far we can be pushed to comply. I have the book The Handmaid's Tale. I haven't read it, but I've watched the show. And I can tell you right now, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you do, because the very things that go on in that show are scary, because they could really happen in this world. Based on this other world, and it's a fictional story, by the way, but the things that happen in this story could really happen in this world, and it's scary. Like, for example, women are actually handmaids, young women. So women in my age, 30s, 20s, and 30s, become handmaids. And what they do is they end up living in a house with a commander and a wife, commander's wife, and they basically let the commander grape, we'll just use that word because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. We'll let the commander grape them to have kids for them. And if you're not doing that, you are a Martha. And Marthas are kind of like the housemaid. They take care of everyone. They clean, they babysit, they do whatever needs to be done. They cook. And then if you're not doing that, you're in the colonies, which is very grueling, and you're just out in the desert and you're just working all day long and things like that. And then they hang you on the wall if you do things that are wrong. And they actually take what the Bible says literally, with like, if you do something with your eyes that's sinful, they gouge your eyes out. Or one woman in the series was caught with a book, so they cut her finger off. Like, I'm scared. Like, basically, the people in this series, if you went out, everything was patrolled by guards. You couldn't leave the country. You were shot dead if you did anything wrong that was illegal or they saw as a threat. And you had credits and rations when you went shopping. And this is where I think we're headed, guys. Like, I'm not saying literally The Handmaid's Tale, but I'm saying certain mandates that were in that show are very real and could be a reality for us. Like, if you don't wake up and start paying attention to what's going on, you're going to be lost and you won't be able to think for yourself or speak for yourself. Like, you should be allowed to make your own decisions on what you feel like is best for you. Now, please don't take this video wrong. I'm not posting it to cause a conspiracy theory. I'm not posting it to cause a political war or an argument in the comments. Please be kind to one another, including me. We all have our own viewpoints of this world, and they're all different, and that's okay. I'm not trying to shove my agenda down anybody's throat. I'm not trying to shove my faith down anyone's throat. I'm just sharing me and sharing how I feel and what I believe in. And I feel like everybody should have the chance to have the floor and say things that they feel and believe, and it be a safe space. So please make my channel a safe place and safe space. Like, I'm not posting this at all to cause an argument or cause people to be scared. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I don't want people to say I'm conspiracy theorying everything. I'm not trying to. I'm just really just reporting on the things that I've observed just going in my real feed. And it's crazy to me how much it curates to you and how much your phone actually listens to you. Like, I have a coworker that's very frustrated at our job right now, and I worry about him every day because he's kind of like who keeps me sane at work, and he is who keeps me well educated on our products and, you know, contributes to my success. And I really feed off of, you know, his knowledge and wisdom. And like, he was venting to us about his frustrations today. And the scary thing is, that night when I got on my Instagram, random reels started showing up about problems at work that were relatable to him. And I think that's crazy. That means my phone was listening, because I didn't look that up. I didn't search any of that. It was just random in my feed, like if you were scrolling through Facebook. And I just thought that was crazy to me. I worry about him every day because, like, I've said this before to people at work. If he quits or he goes to a different department, I don't know that I have the strength to stay there, because I can't take on his portion of our department in addition to mine, because a lot of what he does for us and for our department is highly technical and highly advanced. It's not that I can't do it. It's not that I'm not smart enough to figure it out. It's just hard to balance that and keep it maintained and updated in addition to what I already maintain and update, if that makes sense. I'm trying not to give too much away as to what I do, just because I like to keep some things close to the vest when it comes to me, and I'm trying not to overshare, because I know it's very easy for random strangers to, like, feed off of that information and dox you, and I'm really trying not to get myself in that position. But anyway, I think I'm going to sign off here. I'm already at 15 minutes. Yeah, sorry this video is so random. I'm still making plans to go to Florida, go to Disney in September. So far, the trip is going. I'm still trying to chip away at my balance, and now I have to make payment plans on plane tickets because I had to just basically bite the bullet and get something scheduled. And now I have to figure out money for plane tickets to go to Oklahoma, which I want to vlog for you guys as well. I'm from Oklahoma. I had plans to go there in May because I missed my first cousin's graduation, and I don't want to miss the second born cousin. I don't want to miss her graduating since I already missed the other one because I stayed behind to take care of the house. And this gives me another good opportunity to go back home where I'm from and see my family again like I did last year, in May last year. So, you know, I want to take the time and do that because, you know, family is precious to me right now. It's all I have. Because dating, quite frankly, sucks. I'm still not getting anywhere with that. That's another topic that I kind of want to bring up before I sign off of here. Apparently, y'all men out there, I mean, most men, I'm not saying all of you, I guess, and I'm sorry that that came out southern, but anyway, most of you guys out there are... You don't have common decency. I guess common decency and human decency is a very rare skill these days that nobody seems to want to contribute to having. Because I literally have a couple of guys that I tried to match with on Facebook dating, and one of them never started a conversation with me, and the match expired in 2 days. The other one started to talk to me last night, and then turns around and without explanation unmatches with me this afternoon. And it's like the least he could have done was say why or what's going on or why he couldn't. Because why start a conversation with me, and why did you match with me if you weren't serious in the first place? It's just super frustrating. I keep meeting the same non-serious guys, or the ones that lie, or the ones that just want to either stalk me or be lustful and only want one thing. Or there's guys that I'm around that stay hung up in their past and pain and don't want to get over that or work to overcome it in order to be the right partner for me. And it's just been super frustrating, and I'm just like done and over this. And it's like the more this kind of stuff happens to me, the less willing and open I'm wanting to be with my heart with people, because it's like I'm really trying hard not to believe that all men are the same, but it's really hard not to believe that because I keep seeing the same patterns over and over and over again, and it is so frustrating. I just don't understand why people lack that these days and why they stay broken. And I literally watched a video on Instagram of this girl, and it was so sad. She was throwing a football, like several footballs out at a football game, and she was at a stadium, and she put her name and her phone number on the football. And several guys caught those when she was throwing them out in the crowd, and she was so excited. And one of them texted her and took a picture of the football, and they were having a really good conversation. They were going back and forth. And the next reel, she goes, "Get ready with me to go on a date with a guy I've never met." And then she explains what happens and everything like that. And then they meet at Olive Garden, and there's a video of her literally getting stood up. After they had a full in-depth conversation over a day and a half, he stands her up and leaves her last message on read. I'm not surprised. As angry as that makes me, it's sad that I can say that I'm not surprised that happened. I've been stood up before too, and it makes you feel like a total idiot. And it makes you feel sad because it's like you put yourself out there only to get hurt again. And it's just very irritating. And I felt so angry for her and frustrated because she's very pretty, very smart looking, and like she dressed herself up and looked really nice for the date, and she ended up eating by herself at Olive Garden, which I've gone out to eat by myself before too. It's not a big deal, but when you're there with plans to meet someone for it to be a first date and it doesn't pan out, something in you dies and you feel really upset, you know. And I ended up following her because I want to see what happens to her after this, because that was her last reel and it made me really sad. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring up my frustrations with that. Anyway, I'm still here. I'll post more content as I have it. I'm sorry this video is random and it's another sit down and rant with me kind of thing. I hope everyone's doing well. Again, I'm not posting this to cause a commenting war or a political war. I'm just saying we need to wake up. We need to stay vigilant. We need to speak for ourselves. And we really need to pay attention to what the government's trying to do and how we're being manipulated and how we're being controlled. And they want us all dead because they think that the world's overpopulated for whatever reason, even though it's not. Anyway, hopefully things start to turn around and maybe some of this stuff either will be thwarted or it won't even really be true. I don't know. You can't trust everything you see on the internet, and I'm trying not to, and I know that there's days where I really need to touch grass, and I don't. I'm very well aware that I'm guilty of not, getting out there more, and I just stick with this little digital box here that I'm recording myself on. And I know that's part of the problem when it comes to not wanting the digital ID. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'll continue to keep you guys posted, and I'll post updates as I have them. And I won't look like a chaotic mess like I do right now every time. I just wanted to get this off my chest because it was on my heart, and I just wanted to share it. And anyway, I hope that everyone's doing well, and I'll post more soon. So for right now, this is me signing off.